Snowed in at the White House today. A bitter chill swept across Washington, with disturbing allegations reported by the New York Times and Washington Post that prompted this startling question from a friendly Fox News interviewer.
Are you now or have you ever worked for Russia, Mr. President?
President Trump did not answer directly, but appeared indignant.
I think it's the most insulting thing I've ever been asked. I think it's the most insulting article I've ever had written.
At issue, the Times reports that in 2017, the FBI investigated the president directly, suspicious that he might be aiding Russia. And the Post wrote that former officials described the president as curiously secretive about his conversations with Vladimir Putin, even keeping interpreters' notes from senior advisors. Today, the Secretary of State rejected those claims.
The notion that President Trump is a threat to American national security is absolutely ludicrous.
But Democrats demand more answers. House Intelligence Chairman Adam Schiff tweeted, "Last year we sought to obtain the interpreter's notes or testimony. The Republicans on our committee voted us down. Will they join us now?"
Why is he so chummy with Vladimir Putin, this man who is a former KGB agent, never been a friend of the United States?
But Trump ally Senator Lindsey Graham said he is astonished by the FBI's actions.
If this really did happen, Congress needs to know about it. And what I want to do is make sure, how could the FBI do that? What kind of checks and balances are there?
The New York Times also said that the FBI counterintelligence probe of the president became part of the ongoing Mueller investigation. No evidence has emerged publicly that the president had any secret contact with or took direction from Russia. The president said in that televised interview, investigators found, quote, nothing. The White House press secretary dismissed the reporting as absurd and outrageously inaccurate.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.